Hello everyone, welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Raftaar Academy. I help all of you to get your best results out for the CSIR NET and GATE examination. और आपको पता ही है GATE examination is very close. GATE 2024 paper, right? It's going to be conducted in the month of February. So guys, at this point of time, I just wanted to remind you about a little bit of things which is going to help you in the in attempting the paper. Be more aware while you sit in the examination and get your best score out. So today we are going to discuss how to attempt GATE paper. All right, and while you are practicing mock test, I know that you are already doing it. So while you are practicing the mock test, please also apply this strategy so that you in the examination it's nothing new for you. All right, it's just like a muscle. So yes guys, my target is कि मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इस तरफ push करूं because I have seen a lot of students who are just giving the GATE examination. They have this mentality कि हाँ मैम पास कर लेंगे, गेट तो हमें सिर्फ पास ही करना होता है, हमें तो सिर्फ 33 मार्क्स चाहिए, 35 मार्क्स चाहिए, बहुत है. ठीक है, so just don't believe in that. Okay, just cracking an examination is not going to get you anywhere. There are thousands of students who have already cracked the examination. ठीक है, लेकिन सब्सटैंशियल कुछ अगर आपको करना है सो यू हैव टू गेट योर बेस्ट मार्क्स. सो आवर टारगेट इज 65 प्लस मार्क्स. इतना टारगेट करेंगे, आपको पता ही है नॉट 100% एफिशिएंट, नोबडी इज. So if we are targeting like let's say 100, then we are going to get 80. If we are targeting 80, we are going to get 60 65 like that. तो इसलिए हमें थोड़ा ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. And we have to be very careful about with the GATE paper because यहाँ negative marking बहुत ज़्यादा है guys, 1/3 negative marking. So just keep this one thing in your mind. इसको ऐसा beware करके लिख लो कहीं ना कहीं. All right, beware 1/3 negative so that you take care of this thing. Now we are going to move onwards. ठीक है, and थोड़ी सी important चीजों के बारे में बात करते हैं which I want you all to remember at this last point of time because exam is very close. So I have already been telling you all these things throughout your preparation, but अभी ये बातें बताना बहुत जरूरी है. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स पूछ भी रहे थे कि मैम अब क्या करें, बताओ, प्रैक्टिस तो बहुत कर ली है. All right, so these are some very important points I want you all to go through before sitting to give your GATE examination. ठीक है, पहली चीज तो ये guys, हम क्या डिस्कस कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे? We are discussing the mindset, the paper pattern, how to attempt the paper and the marks target. All these important things I'm going to cover in this particular video, and at the end there's a little bit of a surprise for all of you, so stay tuned, watch the video till the end. First thing, the most important thing, जो I have seen two categories of students. ठीक है, broadly classifying two categories, that a student type जहाँ पे students starting से जब prepare कर रहे हैं, when they are just starting their preparation, they think कि ठीक है जितना होगा पढ़ लेंगे, कोई बात नहीं, इस पे थोड़ी ना फ्यूचर डिपेंड करता है, एग्जाम पे और भी बहुत चीजें कर लेंगे. ठीक है, so these type of students who are not very serious in the beginning, they tend to panic more in the end. All right, and those kind of students who let's say take everything seriously just in the beginning. ठीक है, so let's say their life is depending on it. ये जो sentence है ना, my life depends on it, this works when you are taking this, when you are thinking of this in the beginning of your preparation. But while you are sitting for the exam, you should be easy about your preparation. You should be easy on yourself. Just be positive. आपको positive रहना बहुत जरूरी है at the last moment because you have worked really hard for this. You have like GATE exam एक साल में एक बार होता है guys. So I know you have worked really hard and you want to give your best, so be positive. और जो ये वाला attitude है ना, life is depending on this particular exam, just don't have this attitude in the examination. Be easy on yourself. आपने जितनी seriously पढ़ाई करनी थी आपने कर ली है. You have worked really hard. At the last point, you are going to think कि okay, मैंने जितना कर लिया उतना ही मैं कर सकता था. Now I cannot do anything else about it. So now I'm just going to relax and answer. That's it. Relax and answer the questions. Don't panic. For those students who have not studied properly in the beginning, they will panic at the end. But for those students who have already had this in mind, कि life is depending on this examination and now I want to prepare really well for this, at the last moment you are just going to relax and answer. This is how the cycle continues. तो ये जो आपका mindset है ये बहुत ज़्यादा important है कि आपको ऐसे ही shape करना है. जितना भी आपको bulk लेना है guys, whatever the bulk of syllabus you are going to take, that should be in the beginning. All right, this is going to be the beginning of your preparation, and at the end you are just going to relax. This मीन्स आपने जितना भी पैनिक था सारा फिल्टर डाउन कर दिया है, अभी एंड में आप सिर्फ रिलैक्स कर रहे हो और आंसर कर रहे हो बिकॉज नाउ यू हैव द नॉलेज. ओके, so this is how your mindset should be. Now we move onwards to the paper pattern. ठीक है, the paper pattern is very different from the CSIR NET examination which we usually have been seeing. Let me just go through the CSIR NET paper pattern so that you can differentiate very nicely. CSIR paper में क्या होता है, A, B और C तीन definite sections होते हैं. A में there is general aptitude only, there is not much English, only maths, general aptitude. B में it is chemistry questions of 2 marks, and C में there are chemistry questions of 4 marks, and there are a lot of options which are given to you. Total marks there are 200, but for attempting those 200 marks you have a lot of choices. ठीक है, बहुत सारे choice दिए जाता है आपको. However, in the GATE examination you are having general aptitude as well as the subject. All right, let me move over here. You are having general aptitude as well as the subject. General aptitude में क्या आता है, there is maths, there is definitely maths, but there is English vocabulary also. Okay, so a little bit of English vocabulary, phrasal verbs, all those things are asked. There will be a total of 10 questions of that, okay, of the general aptitude. About the subject, there are going to be questions from your chemistry syllabus. जो भी syllabus दिया है वहीं से question आएंगे. 55 questions of the subject. ठीक है. Now the whole paper is again divided into 3 different types of question. एक होता है हमारा commonly asked MCQ question, which is a multiple choice question which is having 1/3 negative marking. Okay. MSQ question. MSQ क्या होता है? Multiple select questions. All the options must be correct to get full marks. ये वाले वो होते हैं that you are given 4 options. You have to select whatever options are correct. You can have 2 correct, 3 correct, or even 4 correct option. That you have to read the question properly. And to get marks in those questions, you have to check all the correct answers. एक या दो आंसर करने से नहीं मिलेगा marks. ठीक है. But the benefit is there is no negative marking, so we can आराम से attempt that question. ठीक है. Third type is NAT, that is numerical answer type question. You have to answer the let's say there is some calculation based question, or let's say there are some questions ki how many of these are let's say aromatic, non aromatic, all those things. तो वो ज़्यादातर numerical answer type में आते हैं, and there is no negative marking. But for those questions which are calculation based, you must be very careful about the decimal value, क्योंकि जो decimal value होती है, let's say correct to 2 decimal places, correct to 3 decimal places, वो आपको जानना बहुत जरूरी है, नहीं तो आपका आंसर काउंट नहीं होगा फिर. ठीक है. So in these two there is no negative marking, but still you have to be careful about the question. ठीक है. Now we move onwards. How is the marking? Marking ऐसी होती है guys that there are a total of 65 questions in here, and there is no separate section for it, just like in CSIR NET exam. And all the 65 questions are compulsory. मतलब आप सभी attempt कर सकते हो. Total marks होते हैं 100, total time होता है 3 hours. In CSIR NET exam you had a lot of choices. Here you don't have choice, you have 65 questions. जितने आते हैं attempt कर दो, बस इतना ही है. ठीक है. Now, out of those 10 questions will be general aptitude, 5 into 1 mark, 5 into 2 mark. अब इनमें कोई एक separate boundary नहीं है that which question, 1 mark question will be MCQ, MSQ or NAT. They will decide which question they want to keep. But ये mixture of questions आते हैं 1 or 2 mark के, MCQ, MSQ, NAT, all it's like this. ठीक है. फिर again 55 questions are divided, approximately 25 questions into 1 mark and 30 questions of 2 mark. इनमें भी कोई एक separate line नहीं है कि कौन सा question MSQ होगा, कौन सा MCQ होगा. There will be a mixture of all these 3 types of questions. ठीक है. This complete marking system is going to make 65 questions and 100 marks. ठीक है. You can calculate, it's going to be 100 total. Now what is your target? ये तो हो गया paper pattern. How are you going to attempt? Because there is a lot of confusion. You cannot just directly go on solving questions, because 1 mark के भी होते हैं, 2 mark के भी होते हैं, MCQ, MSQ, NET, all of the types of questions are there. Where are you going to be careful? तो यहाँ आता है हमारा discussion how to attempt the paper finally. First thing, as I have already mentioned this while we were discussing the CSIR NET paper attempting strategy, that we are always going to divide the time that we have. ठीक है, पेपर को डिवाइड करो नहीं करो, टाइम डिवाइड करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि CSIR NET में ऑलरेडी पेपर इज डिवाइडेड इनटू A, B and C सेक्शन. हियर द पेपर इज नॉट लाइक वेरी क्लियरली डिवाइडेड. यू हैव लाइक ऑनगोइंग क्वेश्चन, चलते रहेंगे क्वेश्चंस. अब देखो, you are having 180 minutes, that is 3 hours time you are having. How are we going to divide it? Always we do this thing, we first of all have a go with the questions. जो पूरा पेपर होता है गाइस, जैसे ही हमारे सामने पेपर खुला होता है, या तो आप उसको 10 मिनट में सारा पेपर पढ़ो, ठीक है, बिकॉज while we are giving the paper it might sound very difficult to do, but while we are giving the paper हमें 3 से 4 बार पेपर पढ़ना होता है. We have to read the paper around 3 to 4 times, and you naturally will do it. You won't realize. Just do it in an organized manner now. ठीक है, आप वैसे भी अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आता तो you try to read it again and again, but you are let's say doing it, but you are not doing it in an organized manner. अगर आप इसको organize करोगे, it is going to be more fruitful. See, what we are doing is, in the first round of going through the paper, you are going to set the timer, or let's say you are going to understand कि मुझे starting की 40 minutes easy questions करने हैं. Okay, so in the first 40 or let's say 40-45 minutes approximately, you are going to attempt all the easy questions जो देखते ही हो जाते हैं, because there will be 1 mark questions and there will be questions जो एक बार देखते ही हो जाए if you have studied nicely. ठीक है, so we are going to go with the easy questions. The next round is going to be 60 minutes, 1 hour 60 minutes, जहाँ पे आप moderate questions करते हो, and the next round is going to be again 60 minutes difficult questions करते हो. ठीक है, so ultimately when you are doing all these things, तो एक राउंड आपने किया, पेपर पढ़ते जा रहे हो, क्वेश्चन करते जा रहे हो, पढ़ते जा रहे हो, क्वेश्चन करते जा रहे हो, इसमें इजी क्वेश्चन आराम से हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, and then you again go through the paper, because 65 questions is not a huge paper like CSIR NET exam. All right, ये पेपर आराम से 3 से 4 बार पढ़ा जा सकता है. Then the next round and the third round over here. So you are going to do 3 rounds. As always I say, you're going to do 3 rounds of the paper. All right, and within this much time frame, तो आपके इन तीनों rounds में 3 चीजें accomplish होगी, which I'm going to move onwards to in the next slide. Last में जो 20 minutes होते हैं, this you have to keep, because this is the revision time. You have to keep this time for revision, so that you haven't like checked on any wrong answer. Okay, alright guys, because when you are doing this, when you are having this 3 rounds, all the questions will be covered. हो सकता है कि first round में आपको कोई question नहीं समझ में आया, not able to do or understand any question in the first round, but when you are studying the question same question 3 or 4 times, definitely you will get some answer to it, right? So now we are going to move onwards to our second point. What questions to attempt first? देखो, you will not be, usually what we say is always attempt the high marks question, जो 2 marks के या 4 marks के, attempt those first and then go to the lower marks question. But you know, the paper is so continuous, right? 1 mark 2 mark ऐसा continuous चलता जाएगा, so it will be difficult for all of you to find the 2 marks question first. So don't do that, right? What you're just going to do is just use this method, because easy questions अगर आप पहले करोगे तो आपके एक marks का base बन जाएगा, which is going to give you confidence. All right, so always do the easy questions first this time and set your time boundary. Don't take 1 hour to do easy questions. Okay, and then you go for the moderate and then you go for the difficult question. You will have 3 cycles. That is why I always say keep your time boundary. Don't keep a boundary on the question. किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन पहले करोगे नहीं समझ में आएगा, लेकिन हाँ कितने टाइम में करना है वो समझ में आएगा. Okay, then third, consider the risk factor over here guys. While you want to score more, देखो मैंने आपको बोला 65 plus marks target करने हैं. How are we going to do that? Obviously we have to attempt such questions ना. बट द थिंग इज व्हेन वी आर गोइंग ऑन अटेम्प्टिंग क्वेश्चंस, तो हम एक चीज करना भूल जाते हैं कि हम ये देखना भूल जाते हैं कि वेदर दैट क्वेश्चन इज एमसीक्यू और एमएसक्यू और एनईटी, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन। एनईटी तो चलो है सेपरेट, बट इन बोथ ऑफ दीज क्वेश्चंस इफ वी फॉरगेट टू सी वेदर इट इज एन एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन एंड यू जस्ट गोइंग ऑन डूइंग क्वेश्चन, यहाँ पे नेगेटिव हो जाएगा। एमएसक्यू में नेगेटिव नहीं है, बट दिस विल बी नेगेटिव. So be very careful about this. Just see the type of question, whether it is MCQ or MSQ while you are attempting. 1/3 negative marking for MCQ and no negative marking for MSQ and NET. तो आपको जितने मन चाहे आप ये वाले क्वेश्चन सारे लगा के आओ, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, बट इसमें आपको केयरफुल रहना पड़ेगा. बी केयरफुल विथ दिस. All right, because specifically in the gate paper you don't want to do negative, and I cannot say कि यहाँ पे आपको 100 marks target करने हैं तो आप 100 attempt करके आ जाओ. I cannot say that because here there is a lot of negative marking, not like in the CSIR net paper. ठीक है? So next thing is, also guys, we are doing a lot of silly mistakes in the examination. तो उसका ध्यान रखना है कि silly mistakes को करना है avoid. क्या सिली मिस्टेक करते हैं? वी डोंट रीड द क्वेश्चन पेपर प्रॉपरली. तो आपको सबसे पहले तो पेपर ढंग से पढ़ना है, बिकॉज समटाइम्स द इनकरेक्ट वैल्यू इज आस्क्ड एंड वी गो एंड क्लिक द करेक्ट वैल्यू. तो करेक्ट, इनकरेक्ट, ट्रू, नॉट ट्रू, अप्लाई, डज नॉट अप्लाई, वो सारी चीजों को ध्यान रखो. Then take care of the decimal value when you are answering for the NET type question, and also learn to use the calculator before just sitting for the paper. जो इसका गेट का कैलकुलेटर अलग से गूगल पे मिल जाएगा आपको. जस्ट गो थ्रू द कैलकुलेटर एंड प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम देम. So definitely you won't be confused in the examination, right? Also, if you are not giving the mock test, please do so. Mock test देना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. PYQ आप solve कर ही रहे हो. All right. Now, I have something very very important related to how to attempt paper. Why? देखो, मैंने आपको बोला that divide your paper within 3 different, divide your time. Basically time divide करोगे तो automatically paper will be divided into 3 different parts. All right, why are we doing so? Because if you have noticed, the cutoff for the examination is approximately 30 to 33. इसके बीच में ही आता है cutoff. All right, for clearing the gate examination. Now, why did I say that go through the paper in such a way that first 40 minutes you are going to do only the easy questions. तो जिसने actual में अच्छे से पढ़ा है ना guys, for those who have let's say got good knowledge over your subject, in the first 40 to 60 minutes you will be able to attempt these many marks. Okay, this is not a big deal for you. For those who have got enough knowledge, 30 marks first round में attempt करना आराम से हो जाएगा. So focus on getting passing marks first. This should be our first priority while we are giving the examination. It's very very important. ऐसा blindly paper को आपको नहीं करना है. Just go on, keep on calculating the marks that you have attempted. It is very very important, okay? Because negative marking बहुत ज़्यादा है. So this is how you are going to save yourself from doing negative, okay? So keep calculating the marks that you have attempted. In the first round, you are going to attempt 30 to 33 marks. ये जब आपके हो जाते हैं ना, this gives you immense confidence. ये confidence देता है कि हाँ भाई हमारा first phase तो निकल गया. This is our first phase that we have already crossed. Now we move on to the second phase where we are going to go through, take 60 more minutes and go through more questions, moderate questions. आराम से 50 marks बन जाएंगे. That is, let's say add 20 more marks to this. So you are getting 30 to 33 in the first phase, and then next phase में 20 marks और आ गए. And then now अब और भी जितने marks आपने देख लिए फिर से कि okay, I have attempted these many marks. Now you again read the paper and you target कि चलो मुझे और मार्क्स चाहिए. So for those students who have worked hard for their preparation, 65 marks तक जाना कोई मुश्किल नहीं है आपके लिए. All right, so you are going to target to do least negative. You are going to attempt around 70 to 75 marks. For those students who want to get a really good rank, you are going to target these many marks. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि ये target किया इतना और आया 30 because you did a lot of negative. That is not going to help. Okay. So you are going to target so many marks for best ranks like 50 and like ranks within 100 के अंदर रैंक मिलने से आपको ONGC राइट BRC और जितने भी इस तरीके की आपको ऑफिसर जॉब चाहिए वो यहीं पे मिलती है गाइस, इतने हाई मार्क्स में मिलती है। फिर अगर आप लेट्स से 50 to 60 के बीच में आते हो तो यू आर गोइंग टू गेट सम गुड कॉलेज इन लेट्स से NITs मिल जाएंगे, IITs मिल जाएंगे फॉर PhD। PSU जॉब के लिए आपको ज्यादा मार्क्स चाहिए। ओके, एंड फॉर दोज स्टूडेंट्स हु आर गेटिंग 30 to 33 ओनली पासिंग मार्क्स, guys, you might get into some college, but with a better score you are going to get to a better place. This is sure without any you know drawbacks of this. अच्छे मार्क्स आने के कोई ड्रॉबैक नहीं होते, ठीक है। So just take your paper into 3 phases, different phases, और लास्ट 20 मिनट आपको रिवीजन के लिए रखना है। एंड ऑलवेज जस्ट लाइक अ लैडर, जैसे एक लैडर चलती है ना, छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स लेके ऊपर चलना है, एक बार में पेपर अटेम्प्ट नहीं करना है। ओके, दिस इज गोइंग टू एंश्योर दैट यू आर डूइंग मिनिमम मिस्टेक्स एंड मैक्सिमम best work. If you just look at how the work is done reversibly and irreversibly, तो वो जो रिवर्सिबल वर्क होता है वो एक्चुअल में ज्यादा होता है, बट वो मोर एफिशिएंट होता है, ठीक है। सो यू आर डूइंग द सेम थिंग, मोर एफिशिएंट रिवर्सिबल वर्क यू आर काइंड ऑफ डूइंग, ठीक है। सो जस्ट अ जोक। नाउ मूविंग ऑनवर्ड्स टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, मैंने आपको बोला था इन द थंबनेल आल्सो आई मेंशन दैट आई विल बी डूइंग फ्री प्रैक्टिस सेशंस। ऑल राइट, जो भी आपके रीसेंट पेपर है 2021, 2022 and 2023 paper, I was not able to conduct these live classes on the YouTube channel, so I'm doing it on my batch course Nimbus batch। यहाँ पे आपको पता है कि ये वाले तो paid classes है, but I will do some free classes which every one of you will be able to see, so come and join my live classes for all of these papers. If you download my app, which is on Google Play Store, you will be able to click on this link, Nimbus Batch पे click करोगे, and then you are going to see that all these classes are available for free live. All right, this is the timing, 12:30 p.m. Okay. So do join up, guys. These are all free sessions for all of you. And for those who want to prepare for GATE 2025 examination, you can join up my course Target Batch GATE 2025. Now there's a Republic Day sale going on from let's say 26th से लेकर 28th of January तक ये sale valid है, which is going to give you a 10% off. All right, so don't miss this timing. Please join within this time only. You're going to get a 10% off along with all these features जो already है ही. So I'm going to see you all soon in the free live classes and in the GATE Target batch, which has already started. So bye everyone. Have a nice day. Keep studying.